Hello, my name is Xander Williams. This book report is about Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures is by Margaret Lee Shetterly and has no illustrator. The book is literary nonfiction or narrative nonfiction. There are four main characters: Dorothy Vaughan, Mary Jackson, Katherine Johnson, and Christine Darden. All four of them are African American who greatly helped NACA, now known as NASA. Dorothy Vaughan was the first black woman to reach management status at NACA, and Mary Jackson was the first in the engineering department for NACA. Katherine Johnson was a very intelligent computer. Her math was needed for sending the first man to the moon and space. Christine Darden was one of the leading experts in supersonic flight. Her research is still used to this day. The story starts in 1943 during World War II. Women are starting to take on men's jobs because they are gone to war. Most of these jobs were usually held by white men, so it was very rare that black women would have these kinds of jobs. They are trying to design better planes for war. They want more efficient planes. After the war, they started focusing more on space exploration. That is when NACA switched to NASA. They purchased one of the first IBM computers, and Dorothy starts to learn how to program it, since this computer would eventually replace her department. During this time, the USA is in a space race with the USSR. Mary Jackson is trying to get into the engineering department, but has a difficult time because of the color of her skin. Eventually, with the hard work of men and these women, they put the first American into space. In the 1960s, the civil rights movement is in full force, and colored people are starting to be treated more equally. John F. Kennedy said that he wants to send the first man to the moon by the end of the decade. Without the help from these women, who knows how long it would have taken to get an American to the moon. Now for a brief commercial break. You should rush to your library today to check out Hidden Figures, especially if you like space and civil rights books. The popular book, Hidden Figures, is a book that everyone should read. Reading it would give you more information about the Civil War and NASA's history. If you haven't watched the movie, I would recommend reading it first. But if you have seen the movie, it is still worth reading because they are slightly different. I really enjoyed reading this because I want to be an engineer for NASA. But even if you don't want to work for NASA, the book is still a fun, enjoyable book. This concludes our commercial break and book report.